your paper. You're not wasting any paper. Everything works out okay. And welcome, everybody.
Too much multitasking.
All right. Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Chop Sports Daily with Sturch and Gooch, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in Matawan, New Jersey, broadcasting live from the Cabinet Creation Sports Desk. There is a lot going on, just like yesterday. First and foremost, thank you to everybody that stuck with us yesterday. We had ourselves a heck of an audience.
Yeah, 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it was pretty much no downtime. I'm actually proud of our work yesterday.
We just went and just didn't shut up, and nobody could shut us up. That's what happens when you have your own studio. You can just talk and keep talking. But anyway, good morning to everybody. I hope you guys are doing well out there. We definitely want to welcome in all the people joining us right now in the chat. We'll get to you guys in just a second. First and foremost, if you want to support this show, this very show that you might be watching for the first time, patreon.com/Chop Sports. Right now, look, yes, it is a free show. You get to watch this on we can entertain you for hours and hours on end for free. But, you know, somebody's got to pay the electric. We run a lot of lights around here.
Hook it up.
Hook us up here. All right. Patreon.com/Chop Sports. There's 3 tiers, $3, $5, $10. If you want to be a $10 member, you're going to get exclusive invites to all of our parties and everything that we got going on this summer, which, by the way, we got to get into, as we go this week. We got a lot of meetings set up. There's a lot of cool shit headed our way. We got a meeting today. The golf club coming back in here. We're going to talk to those guys. Our boy Curtis Counts. We get to get to lunch with him. Tomorrow might be a rough day on the liver, I think. Because I think we got Curtis Counts in the afternoon. And I know if you're busy, whatever, afterwards. But then me and Scoop and Cousin Vinny are definitely going to go watch Rutgers.
That's Rutgers.
So it's going to be a long day. Pace myself, drink the water, and currently drinking. I'm on the coffee this morning after the pre-workout this morning before that. So I'm a little, like JoJo, the little Indian boy with a pretty new pet. So youtube.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. That would be wonderful of you. That would be very, very gracious of you. Yesterday, picked up another 10. We're at 759, heading to 1,000. I will announce that we hit the ever so popular 4,000 watch hours.
We did it, ladies and gentlemen.
4,000 watch hours, meaning not only you guys watching the show, but you're sticking with us. You're not just clicking us off. We're not Mike Greenberg.
I will say ahead of schedule, mind you, because I did project. I said April.
I thought you said Memorial Day.
Well, Memorial Day, that was a different one. That was in November. Okay. I reprojected in January, and I said April. Yeah, at the earliest, and we crushed April. So we're beating our goals.
So appreciate you guys watching us every day, Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock. Tell your friends. We already have Along for the Ride. Rob is in the house again. He is, I think he's working with the TikTok right now.
Look, Rob in the other room before, he was like, dude, I love the moniker, but that's not going to stick, is it?
You don't like it?
I don't want no t-shirts.
Oh, all right. No t-shirts. I just felt Along for the Ride, Rob. I think that was Along for the Ride. It's like after Rob.
Here's what it comes down to. It's like it is a good acronym.
I like it.
They're called after AFTR. So that is cool.
After Rob.
But
nothing.
I think what it is like in the beginning, it's like he came in, he sat in on a show, and in the beginning he was like kind of just along for the ride. But I think Rob wants to carve out a little role for himself, so he doesn't want to just be along for the ride. Rob, he wants to be like,
I understand.
Yeah,
and shout out to Chris Payne in the chat right now saying that you were a solo act yesterday because I was in my phone with all the updates on the NFL free agency. We'll get into all that. And don't forget, we'll look at Mark doing a little promotion. Today released Jimmy Palumbo show is out there right now. The brand new Chop Heads Combat Sports podcast is out there right now. We sat down with Rob and Tommy D and both of us, and that's the old logo. So now it's a vintage t-shirt, by the way. But yeah, we talked about obviously the passing of Scott Hall. So again, thoughts and prayers. That's official now. Yesterday was a little rough for the wrestling community. But it's really good to see how many people he actually touched and people that knew about him.
It's actually crazy to see. Now, I know that wrestling, there's been pockets of fans and fanhood throughout people's lives, and depends on what era or when you were a kid. But I saw Facebook yesterday was just buzzing with people that I had no idea were wrestling fans. But me personally, I'm not a wrestling fan, and I have a Razor Ramon shirt. So gives you an idea as the impact that guy had as everyone was a kid. We grew up watching Razor Ramon. At least I did. So
if you were a 90s wrestling fan all the way through pretty much his entire career, you were a Razor Ramon guy. So lots to get into. A fantastic response, as I said yesterday. One of our highest watched shows since Jump Street, non-Kyle. I always have to put it's almost like BC before Christ, like non-Kyle NK, because Kyle's not in here. Kyle has a rabid
massive
cult-like following where they just jump on and they're just like, anything you say, Sir Sauce, anything you say. And I'm just like, oh, that's great. And it's wonderful that he's brought on his crew onto our crew, which again, shout out to Kyle for that. But I'm just saying,
shout out.
Which we go. So thank you for obviously tuning in. We appreciate you. Let's see what else we got. Dat Chat. We got to do a little plug ski there. That is my my SKY for the day. I don't know. I can't promise you there won't be any more.
Several more,
but you never know. So Dat Chat is a brand new social media platform. You can go check them out. They're on Android. They're on iPhone. They're on everything. It's a brand new social media, very similar to Facebook groups as of right now. There's always new things. Guys, they're publicly traded. So it's not even like some rinky-dink thing. They went all in. They were almost in partners with Barstool for a little while. So
no, they were
partners with Barstool for a little while. So that's still a thing. So go check out Dat Chat as well. Also, special shout out. This is a impromptu shout out to my daughter Stella, who pooped on the potty twice today. Twice, dog.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my girl.
Changer. That's definitely
a game changer. Okay, because there's nothing worse than diapers in my life right now, because my son is at that mode where he's just like, this one's going to be an exploder. Here it comes. I'm just like, and he looks at me, smiles. I'm like, you good? And just out the back end. So shout out to Stella. You're the best. Basketball news. The only basketball news that I'm going to touch on this one is because it's a local product. St. Joe's very own Karl Anthony Towns dropped 60 yesterday.
62 or 60?
I thought it was 60.
Oh, no, it was 32 in the third quarter.
Yeah, dude. He had 50 in the third quarter. So like it was, you knew that was the 60 number was coming. And I just, I'm excited about the local product. And that's really all I want to talk about basketball.
Has he signed a big deal yet with Minnesota, or is he on his way out?
I don't know. But no, he can't be on his way out. I love him in the Knicks with the Knicks though, because you know what I heard today on the way in? How Mike Dolan, that's the owner, Jim Dolan. Jim Dolan. So I don't know why I said Mike Dolan, but anyway, Jim Dolan apparently would like pay all expenses to put a winning product on the court. This is what I'm hearing coming in. I'm like, wait a minute, like, nuh-uh, right? If that was the case, we would have had Durant. You know what I mean? Like if that was the case, we would have had a top name free agent because we overspent. We haven't overspent on anybody.
But that's the way the NBA is set up. You really can't overspend. You can't.
I mean, there's a cap, but there's like not really a cap.
It's like when we're doing
max
holy shit.
Max this wins.
Timeout. I have to cut you off. This is the greatest YouTube username I've ever seen in my life. It's Jumping Bones on Baby Day. And listen to yesterday's Shop-a-thon. Great show, great content. Keep going. Great work, guys. I don't know who you are.
Clearly you listened.
But I was gonna sit here.
I want to say it's Bailey.
Kyle.
I want to say Bailey.
Bailey's in there.
Yeah. Oh, Bailey's in here?
Maybe Bobby Erbsis.
Maybe it could have been, but that is by far.
That's the names that jump out to me initially. But Kyle's in here, but he's also got 31 devices. It could easily be Kyle on another device right now.
Definitely has 31 devices logged on right now. But yes, that is actually the greatest thing in the world. Scarlet Pub tomorrow. That's what he wants. All right, hey Scoop, listen. I don't know if I can handle the college crowd, but I'm going to try.
But it's actually a better fit for you than.
Oh, it's right there. It's right down the street. Yeah, I'm near Brunswick, so that actually kind of works out nice. So that
Bailey sounds dope.
Oh wow, Bailey is there. So yeah, wow. All right, so we'll never know. This is one of those mysteries that you'll just never figure out. So again, if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the Chop Sports Daily. It is Sturch, it is Gooch, Dina is producing, and of course Rob is here, the official TikTok master of Chop Sports. Now we're just going to give him that.
I think he's live on TikTok.
He is. He's live on the TikTok. So what's up,
what's going on TikTok?
So
TikTok, I have no idea what to do with you, but
don't we? Aren't you supposed to like lip sing a song or dance or something?
Should we?
You want to do that,
dude? If y'all start dancing,
I don't know.
Make my day.
This shirt,
remember that was like the first.
If I wasn't sitting at this desk, my belly button would be showing right now. It's like a midriff at this point.
It's Baby Gap.
It's been washed and dried several times. I got it at Baby Gap.
Perfect.
God damn it.
Oh boy. So anyway, yesterday
these things set themselves up.
They really do.
Make fun of myself right now.
I mean, look, if you can't make fun of yourself, like that's. I mean, all it cost me was a couple years of therapy, and I'm fine. So we're good now. It's
I've been giving myself therapy sessions early in the morning on a daily basis, and that's why I start my day.
I have to say though,
need a new therapist.
Gooch, I have to say, walking in here with you like knee deep in work when I get here at like 8:45, 9 o'clock, I'm like, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
like Gooch is on another level lately.
Graphics and yeah,
it
we
makes
gotta
the show. It makes the show better.
We made a deal like when the desk comes here, we're going to take the show to another level. Well, the desk is here, so now
it's right here.
We
you know who made it?
We need to keep on growing and taking things to another level.
Cabinet Creations made this desk.
Is that the first time? Did you smoke today?
No, I did not. I took the coffee.
Oh,
I took the coffee.
The coffee with
remind me of me.
Yeah. So Cabinet Creations created this desk, and by the way, my uncle Billy said he's inquired like 4 or 5 calls already about the custom work.
Are you serious?
Swear to God.
Good
so
stuff.
right away, his investment is already paying off. He's about to be a little bit busier than what he wanted to be. And he's about to put an extendo on my house. Don't ask me where I'm getting this money, by the way. Thank you, banks. You guys are the best. But anyway, so yeah, we'll get into the Green Bay stuff, Kyle. Soft as hell, dude. All right. Well, we'll get into all that in just a minute, but we'll start with the NFL free agency frenzy that was yesterday. As soon as we got off the show, we kind of figured there was going to be a couple more moves of significance, and there was. We just didn't think it was enough to just like jump on live again and do all that shit. We had a lot of stuff going on.
Dude,
you had
I had like a 7-hour recording.
The Jimmy session. You had the Chop Heads Combat Sports session. We had all that stuff going on. So we start with the first deal that I had to talk about. This was the one that blew me away. Christian Kirk signs 4 years, $84 million.
$53 million guaranteed.
$53 million guaranteed.
Might not be right.
What?
That might be what Max Crosby's guarantee was, and I just might not have changed it. So
that is Max Crosby's number for sure.
Oh, all right. So
definitely, like I built off that template. So $53 million guaranteed allegedly.
It's probably not correct. But 4 years, $84 million for Christian Kirk, and this one jumps off the radar a little bit because I'm just like, what the. Okay, well, that's the headline. I didn't know you were going to write that headline. I was going to say that headline.
What the Jaguars doing?
With the Jaguars yesterday had themselves a day, ladies and gentlemen. Like Christian Kirk gets all that money, and then you're in the rookie contract of Trevor Lawrence. So that's why if you're going to strike and you think that this kid has a shot to succeed right now, you got to strike while the iron's hot and cheap. Hot and cheap, right? Sounds like a good Saturday night. So after that, it was 60. No, that was the wrong guy. Brandon Scherff gets 3 years, $49 million. So the highest coveted guard.
That's a good contract and the right signing to make.
The highest coveted.
Cincinnati kind of missed the boat on that one with all the money they have.
They've already added a couple linemen.
But they added
This was the primo one.
I don't think that they added anybody that's going to make their line significantly better. And they lost guys on the defensive line. Where is that money going? Cincinnati is just a cheap team, and they finally have a product that they could win with, and they're not doing anything so far in the offseason.
Knee-jerk reaction. Are they one and done? Like one appearance and then kind of like just based off of the AFC West of what that looks like?
I'm not going to sit here and discount what Joe Burrow does to a locker room, and I know that Kyle's probably already in the comments talking shit about it, but I do see a Bengals regression. Now, going into this season, they were the Bengals still, right? They had a great year, but then there was even a couple times throughout the season this year where they just weren't, I remember saying like they were 3-3 or something like that at a point in the season and saying like they are still the same old Bengals. It might have been the Jets loss, actually.
Right. It was right after the Jets loss. Like, oh, wow, the Bengals are back. The Bungles are back.
Considering where they were a bunch of years, the Bengals are obviously on an upswing, whether they're a regression from last year or not. As a franchise, they're in a lot better place. But anyway, Jaguars. Right?
Jaguars. So anyway, they get Foy Olakun, 3 years, 49. They bring on a new receiver, Zay Jones. He comes in there along with Christian Kirk. So now all of a sudden you got Zay Jones and Christian Kirk. They bring in Evan Ingram from the Giants. He gets a deal. So all of a sudden, Mr. Dropsies himself, he's going to get hope. I mean, you would think that he gets rejuvenated with a new team and gets to play with Trevor Lawrence against not playing with Daniel Jones anymore.
It's a good deal for him, not such a great deal for Jacksonville. It's a 1-year deal. That's the only value in it for Jacksonville. So if it doesn't work out, they only got to deal with it for a year.
1-year deals are so underrated.
Still, it's anywhere approaching $10 million for a guy like Ingram, who I think there wasn't a huge market on.
No.
Maybe there was a big
Green Bay, I thought would have given him a run.
Not at that price. No way.
Okay. But here's the thing. The Jaguars, while they're doing their thing right now and they're signing all these guys, they made a questionable move this morning. Miles Jack was released. I've always liked Miles Jack. I'm not sure about maybe the numbers just didn't make sense for him anymore. He's been there for a little while. He's seasoned, right? Also, they're shopping for Laviska Shenault to try to trade him.
I guess you add these in a heartbeat.
Oh, same here.
I'm pretty sure I drafted Shenault in your mock draft like 2 years ago.
Yes, when I did my Stellar Sports Media before the Chop Sports was even born, we did a mock draft of my old production company that lasted about 4 minutes. And but I did a mock draft and that was cool. So actually, my buddy Troy hit me up. And he's like, "You guys still you're gonna do that again this year with like the fan mock draft?" I said, "Yeah, of course." Absolutely. That was fun, bro. That was a fun episode.
It's gonna be a lot better.
And I mean, look, we had the desk, we had the this, blah, blah, blah. We could bring the guys on, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, Miles Jack.
I know Miles Jack is significant because I think he'll have a decent market for him, but I want to talk a lot more about the Christian Kirk contract. So
yes,
4 years, $84 million,
$21 a year, meaning he's already making more than Amari Cooper.
Which means that he's the third highest paid wideout in the league.
Christian Kirk. That's what we're talking about.
So here. Christian Kirk, what is he? 4 seasons deep into his NFL career,
and he's had
1 season where he
800 yards.
800 yards.
That was it.
He didn't approach he approached 800 yards, but he didn't achieve or accumulate 800 yards in any other season besides the one. People are saying that this might reset the receiver market. Now, look, the only guys that reset a wide receiver market are stars. What's going to end up happening is maybe you're going to have agents next offseason when Deebo Samuel and that free agent class is enormous. Most of those guys are going to get tagged, but the agents are going to be asking for a ton of money based on this contract. But what you're going to see is NFL execs in droves coming out anonymously and saying that's a bad deal because there's no way that that's going to reset the market. Only stars reset the market.
Well, I'll tell you right now,
just going to have to eat that bad.
I'll tell you right now, if Christian Kirk gets 21 a year, Devonte Adams is going to get $1 billion.
Well,
like that is just like
imagine
they don't even compare.
But look, as if I'm the Packers and I'm negotiating, I'm basing it off of Hopkins' contract, and I'm going to say I'll give you $1 million more per year, or even less, maybe a half, because that's an absurd number. $27.5 million, $28 million for a receiver is an absurd number.
Of course.
But this is the
because you can only pay for how many? You know what I mean? You got 4 or 5 and you should have on the roster.
And look, Hopkins really hasn't played up to his potential under that contract. Usually you get to this age and it's like that's the hardest time to pay a guy. A receiver that's going to finish this contract out on the wrong side of 30, right? Adams has got to be 28, 29 years old, you would imagine. So you give him a 4-year deal.
Rube's coming in saying it's basically 2 for 37 guarantee, which is nothing. So there's an out. You know, there's a lot of language like that lately with outs after a certain amount of years, which really sucks, to be honest with you.
That's a much more realistic contract, but is there an out? Is there an actual out?
You just said there's an out after 2, probably.
Money 2 for 37, but what's the cap hit on these outs? Because it looks like there might be an out.
Well, no, when there's outs, that means there's no guarantee in the back end, and that means that's why it's an out. You can just get rid of it.
So all that money is being paid up front. So he's getting paid how much guaranteed? That's what the big question.
I think you just said 37.
37 guaranteed?
Yeah. Out of that massive $84 million contract. So that's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
Confirmed, not 53.
Yeah, confirmed, not $53 million. All right, so that's the Jaguars in a nutshell. They had themselves a day. All right, they had themselves a day. Another team that's had themselves the last couple of weeks are the Los Angeles Chargers because they're bringing back bringing on J.C. Jackson, 5 years, $82.5 million, $40 million guaranteed. That right? 40 million guaranteed.
If it's not 53, it's right.
Okay.
Because 53 was the last one. And
5 years,
stuck there.
$82.5 million for the highest coveted corner on the market. And he's going to the Chargers. Yeah. Who's better than him?
I feel like Gilmore is definitely better than him.
I don't know.
I know.
Well, younger, like that, those attributes have you. Being younger and being that good makes you better than Stephon Gilmore. It just does. Like if Patrick Ramsey was on the market, I'd say, yes, Ramsey's older, but he's definitely better corner.
I think it's up for debate. But
like Tre'Davious Ward signed with the Niners, you know?
I'll concede on age and just for my lack of interest in arguing about who's better right now between these two. But Bailey, it's a debatable thing.
Bailey coming in saying the Chargers are going absolutely ham. They're playing Mutt. And Mutt, for all you folks that don't know what that is, Madden Ultimate Team, meaning they are just stacking. They went into the options and hit salary cap off. So did the Jaguars. They're like, no, we're not playing with that. That's done. I don't want to play with salary cap. Doesn't exist. Who gives a shit?
I feel like that's what everybody's doing.
Yeah, well, Chargers signed J.C. Jackson. This is a week after they acquired Khalil Mack. This is a week and a half after they renegotiated with Mike Williams. These guys are spending money over there in Los Angeles. And that leads me to my next question, I guess, is, this AFC West, man. This looks on paper. It looks like the NFC West was supposed to be last year. When the NFC West were like, wow, the Cardinals, wow, the Rams, wow.
Outside of everything,
all of these teams are really good. The
rosters are all constructed well. We're looking at the Raiders as a playoff team from last year as far and away right now on paper, the worst team in that division.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And honestly, I know Dean is a Raider fan, so I don't mean to disrespect.
They are the Seattle Seahawks of the
Raiders.
West.
The Raiders and the Broncos were, I think, almost neck and neck last year, and the Broncos had a shit quarterback. Now the Broncos, whether Russ is done or not, he's better than Drew Lock.
He's not done.
He's better than Teddy Bridgewater.
He's not done.
I wouldn't say he's done either. So yeah, but there's a lot of people sitting sitting there saying that Russ is kind of washed right now. That's hard to believe for me. But yeah, the Raiders definitely constructed the worst out of them, and they're a playoff team. So that's definitely hands down the best division in football going into next year. Easy money on that.
That's I believe. Let's see, Kyle had put in a bet plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl right now
for the Chargers.
Chargers, yeah. Listen, it's a solid bet if you think about it.
But just the fact that they're in that division makes it even harder to get out of. Because
but imagine surviving that gauntlet of the AFC West and getting to the playoffs. You are probably going to be. I'll say it right now. Whoever wins the AFC West is more than likely going to be the 1 seed. That's where I feel.
See, I don't know about that.
Why? Because you think they battle back and forth?
Yeah, I feel like that there's going to be a team that wins some games easier. Look at this year, the Titans. They weren't the best team in the AFC. There's no question about it. They were the 1 seed because their division was terrible.
Very true.
Look at the Packers.
Yeah. So I don't even know. Like I put a little things out of order on the rundown, but I guess you can go to the next graphic so I can go into the next topic, which is my man, DeMarcus Lawrence. So this was the biggest move the Dallas Cowboys could have made in order to make the moves they made this morning. So the Dallas Cowboys are making moves right now, all because yes, they traded away Amari Cooper. You never want to see that. You didn't get much for him, but you got a massive cap savings, right? Then you look at Tank Lawrence's new deal, 3 years, $30 million, fully guaranteed, spread over the next 3. His cap hit lost $13 million off the cap. All of a sudden, the Cowboys started free agency 20 under. They're like 40 over. I mean, and obviously
opposite 40 over. They're 20 under.
That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. So they started 20 over. Now they're 40 under. But now, according to sources today, the Cowboys have come to terms with Malik Hooker, their safety, and obviously they pay the big bag to Randy Gregory, a guy that we needed him back. That was top priority number 1. There was a lot of discussion whether to keep Gregory or keep or sign Gregory or sign Lawrence, get rid of Lawrence. Now you got both. Now you got both under contract for the next 2-3 years. That defensive pass rush, plus a guy, I don't know, you might have heard of him, Micah Parsons coming off the edge. And now you have the money and the flexibility to do other things.
To sign Amari. Oh, never mind. They already traded.
Wow. All right. Well, you know what? Yeah. So they don't have a number 1 receiver right now. I'm not worried about that. I'm really not. Like I'm not.
I agree. If there was the guy that had to go, I guess you could say Cooper out of these guys. But I just have an issue with the fact that they made it all work. Like it looked like they were trying to make it all work to keep Cooper, to keep Lawrence, to keep Gregory. And it seems like if you look at the way
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
But like if you look at how much money they have right now, right? And then you look at what Cooper's getting paid, I'm looking at it like, damn, man, they really should have Cooper on that team. That would disappoint me. I'm not the GM, neither are you, but I would imagine there's got to be some type of understanding as to why they didn't do that, other than the fact of money.
Yeah, I mean they
have the money now.
Well, they do. But now, do you want to? All right, let's just say they have 40, right? And they just spend 13 on Gregory, right? So that brings it down to 27, right? Do you really want 20 of it going away again to Amari Cooper? You don't. Then you're left with $7 million. You don't.
Honestly, I wouldn't be upset with 20 of it going to Cooper at this point because I think that Dallas is close. They're a little further away with no Cooper. Now, granted, they have some money to spend. I'm not sure the free agent class is all that great. I wouldn't mind seeing them grab an Allen Robinson type at 12, 13 million this year because everyone's talking like he was the biggest receiver on the market or best receiver on the market, but clearly Christian Kirk was. Right?
Yeah, so, according to the stats, Christian Kirk is the best receiver.
Allen Robinson a bigger deal than Kirk got, which is already going to pose the problem about resetting the market, like I talked about earlier. But couldn't they have gone to Cooper and been like, look, how about a restructure? You're making 20 this year. Why don't we pay you the next 3 years or 4 years?
So here comes Kyle. My issue with the Cowboys, we weren't good enough last year. How are we supposed to be good enough without Cooper and a worse offensive line? Well, Kyle, it's March 15th, okay? Free agency hasn't started yet officially, and they're bringing back the pieces they need to bring back, and now they have money.
So the Cowboys are definitely drafting a wide receiver, though.
Not first, though. Not first, no. The only one that I've seen mocked in the first round at 24 is the dude from Ohio State.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit about what the mocks say. The Cowboys are going to pick a receiver.
I'm just saying he's like the best available in that juncture.
I saw him dropping all the way down to like mid-second round in some mocks.
So
I don't know.
We'll see what they do there, but I'm here to tell you that now that the Cowboys have the space and now that the Cowboys have the wiggle room, you can add new pieces because I'm in the same sentiment as you. I'm in that same like, well, that's great. We're bringing back last year's team, but last year's team couldn't beat San Francisco. Right. So I know that. And now you lose Cooper. So now you're worse. I completely wholeheartedly agree. But the thing you have to do first is bring back your guys that you want to bring back. There's going to be plenty of guys that walk out the door and never see the light of day again. With the Cowboys, Cedric Wilson, they got outpriced by the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins come in and grab them, right? So there's other guys that are going to be taken off this roster from last year. So yes, does that worsen your team? Absolutely. You say less or worse offensive line. I say they're going to be better because they're going to let Connor Williams walk and they're going to get a better left guard, right? And then they're going to let Lyle Collins potentially walk, get more money, probably start Steele, and then address other needs. Like this team could be balanced in a month from now, right? And then heading into draft, you're looking at pick 24, and you're looking at Connor Williams to the Dolphins. Okay, cool. So that breaking news there by James Rube. Connor Williams to the Dolphins. Good for him. Texas boy. I like his story. It's a good story. Got, I have a soft spot in my heart for the ones that, grew up getting bullied and then all of a sudden become 6'6", 300 pounds. You're like, try it again, but like myself. But anyway, so Connor Williams to the Dolphins. No, I'm saying I got bigger from high school is what I'm saying. High school, yeah, you could stuff me in a locker. Now I'll just whatever. 2 years, 2-year deal, $14 million. See, that's kind of, I know the Cowboys weren't going to pay that, not for him. He's coming off a rookie deal. He's coming off one of his most penalized years also. But sticking with the Cowboys for a second, because I know we're going to go knee deep heavy in Green Bay's Gooch over here. You like that? You like how I did that? Green Bay's Gooch. I like that. I like that a lot.
Where's the shirt?
Right, another T-shirt. Do it now. Actually, go start. start with.
I'm gonna need a contract.
All right, Anthony. By the way, Anthony will be back tomorrow. I wonder if he's gonna come in here strutting and put the contract on the table. It's gonna be a full house tomorrow.
I told him that I'd text him the numbers, and if you're listening, I did not crunch the numbers yet.
We'll do that today.
Full disclosure, but
we'll do that today.
2 minutes.
We'll get it today. But anyway, so the Cowboys make some moves. Randy Gregory, 5 years, $70 million, 28 of it guaranteed. Malik Hooker back today. I'm waiting for the J-Ron Kerr signing. That could be a thing. We'll find out. We'll see. What's next, Dina? What do we got? Yes. So one of the better primo linebackers in football, Devondre Campbell, gets 5 years, $50 million. How does this happen, ladies and gentlemen? How do the Packers spend money? Make it make sense.
It doesn't make any sense to me. The Packers are now sitting at around $1 to $4 million. I'm not sure about the details with the Rodgers contract, which we're going to get to in a second. But the Packers were like $78 billion over the cap 3 days ago. Now we signed a ton of guys, and I don't mean we signed a ton of guys, but we retained a ton of guys. We got Preston Smith done. We cut a couple people, got rid of Zadarius Smith. But the Packers are now in prime position. They got all their guys back, minus Rasul Douglas, most likely. He'll be a casualty. But other than that, I think we're full strength, ready to go and try and lose another NFC championship.
So according to Sport Track right now, and this is factoring in a couple things I want to assume. I'm going to click on their team, but according to them, they're still 7.4 over. The Rodgers deal, 28. The Rodgers deal has been adjusted. So this is where they're at. They're 6 over, 6.08 over the cap right now. And that's after all their new deals. This is all. I'm going to start going to Spot Track more than I am over the cap.
Billy Turner on that because they cut him too.
No, man. I just told you everything's
just saying.
Everything's
reflected. See his name.
Because
I just saw a thing before we went live.
Billy Turner
is
not
about
on this.
$1 to $4 million, and they weren't sure on the details with the Rodgers contract yet. So
no, this is. I see the cap hit on Rodgers at 28, and that's what the new cap hit is. So the Packers are still in the red, but not as much as they were when we started this whole ordeal. They were like 40 in the hole, and now they're down to 6. So they've made all the moves.
You know how this is going to fix? If there's $6 million in the red right now, Devonte Adams is right now currently sitting at an $18.6 million cap hit.
That can 100% be changed.
As soon as he signs that long-term deal, that will go down significantly because they'll be able to.
What do you think he's willing to settle for as far as that first year hit? Because some of these guys, not so much Rodgers because he deserves every penny he gets.
He'll just get a huge signing bonus early, right? Because first of all, Devonte Adams has been probably the most underpaid player of the decade. If you look at his numbers and you look at his production and you look at his contracts, he's always been around like 15 to 20 in terms of wide receiver pay. This will be the first time in his career where he's actually getting paid close to on par, and that would be under the franchise tag. It's been bad for him, really. But I can't see Devonte actually not coming to town, and they probably would agree to I guess they have to make it where it's a $11 million cap hit or less because
there's other moves to make.
Of course, but if we're looking at Devonte Adams' move as the fix, it's got to be 11 million or less, and then the rest of it signing bonus. But that's going to be interesting to see how they work that out because according to the details of the Rodgers contract, in 2 years the Packers could be in complete hell and have a $60 million cap hit for Rodgers,
dead money
if he retires.
So that new deal, I guess that's the next topic.
Allegedly,
right? I mean, bring up the Aaron Rodgers deal because that's a brand new. You put up
53 million.
That's not right.
This is the old one.
It's okay. Well, anyway, yeah, it is the old one. So that's not the deal. You can take that right down. So it's 3
years, $153 million.
With the first two fully guaranteed. First 2 years. However, in the language of this contract, according to Tom Pelissero, according to Schefter, according to all the sources over there at the NFL, if Rodgers doesn't fulfill this deal for 3 years, the Packers are going to be in some deep shit with $60 million of dead money in his 2024. So it's just a matter of can he stick around for 3 more? That's a lot. That's a lot. And it's to Rodgers because he's loaded already. He's getting all this upfront money, so he can be like, you know what? I'm done after 2.
But that $60 million paycheck in year 3 is
well, that's not a 60. It's the year 2 is a 60 million. The year 3 is like 50 something. But regardless, yes, we'd be like, hey, Aaron,
like 50 something.
You want to sit on your ass and be married and stuff, or do you want to like come play some football?
I know everybody says, including Aaron Rodgers, it's not about the money, but come on, bro. What are we doing if it's not about the money? I could say here that I'm not doing this for the money. Eventually, if I don't get money, I'm not going to keep doing it.
You know? Well, I guess I'll be here by myself. That's okay. I'll have Rob join me. He'll be my new co-host. He'll be ready to rock. So anyway, that's ready to rock Rob. There it is. Ready to rock Rob.
RTRR.
I still like it. Along for the ride because he's along for the ride. Like I don't know, it just made sense. It was a good moniker and goddamn
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it rolled off the tongue nicely.
Makes him sound like a third wheel though. Yeah.
We'll see. What do we got next?
Sean.
All right, so no, that's wrong too.
God damn it,
man! Gooch is on his
hours. This must be you know what I did?
What'd you do? It's only one.
How about some commercials?
No, not yet. Hold on. I do want to. I gotta touch on a couple more things that happened in the NFL. We'll bring. There we go. So do that as I run down a couple more things, a couple more little mini details about the ever so popular Mitch Trubisky contract came out, and we have ourselves a 2-year, $14.25 million. Right? Here's the kicker with Mitch Trubisky. He can make up to $27 million in incentives. He must have to win the fucking Super Bowl. I didn't see the incentives or what he has to do, but you're looking at a contract that you could double.
I think basically he's going to double it because if he wins the starting job, that's it. If you look at what the incentives are, he doesn't have to do much.
Saw them?
Yeah.
I didn't see
He doesn't have to do much to reach these incentives. He basically has to play. So if
task.
If he ends up losing the battle and he's not the starting quarterback, they're not going to pay him $15 million a year or 14, 13 million a year to be the backup. But if he wins the job and he's their starting quarterback, then him playing and him staying healthy, he'll make a lot of money.
Right.
Which is what I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be like 14 million, and don't be surprised if it's a big number. When I saw the contract, I was like, wow, that's not what I thought it would be. It's actually a good deal. The incentives make it a better deal for Trubisky.
Okay. Teddy Bridgewater signs as a backup quarterback to Tua, which again, Tua, little sus on his injuries all the time. He gets a deal over there, 2-year deal. The Chiefs signed Justin Reed, which means to me, Honey Badger, bye-bye. That's official. Like Honey Badger's going to be in another place next year, Dallas. And you know what? I don't want him. I loved him, but now that we have Hooker back and now we could possibly get Jaron Kearse back cheaper, I'm with that. I'm with that strategy. I love you, Honey Badger.
Someone's going to overpay an insane amount of money for Tyrann Mathieu.
I believe
he's a good player, but he's going to demand an enormous contract.
The 49ers up their secondary. They get Tre'Davious Ward for 3 years, $40 million. The Lions make a move today for DJ Chark. So he's over there for that one. Now here's what I know you wanted to bring this up before with the Jets. Not the Jets. I'm sorry. We'll get into the Jets in a second. With why am I throwing about Deshaun Watson? So he has meetings set up. He's already denied, or at least the Texans denied him the Colts. And then all of a sudden we're down to 2 with a possible dark horse third. the Panthers, the Saints, and now the dark horse is the Browns. He's meeting with the Browns this morning. My question to you, Gooch, and the people at home. What does this do to the relationship between the Browns and Baker Mayfield? I understand there's only 1 year left on Baker's deal anyway, but like, how do you have a meeting with Deshaun Watson and then Deshaun's like, no, I'm good. And then he goes somewhere else. Well, you got to go back to Baker Mayfield and say like, hey man, sorry about that little slip up. You're our guy.
Now,
how does that work?
I guess it is going to create some tension, but
absolutely.
When I'm looking at Baker Mayfield, I'm looking at him as like a bottom of the barrel starting quarterback. I think he has potential a little bit. I don't think he's a good leader. And if I'm being realistic about it, I'm looking at Baker as like anywhere from 24 to 32. He's just not a good quarterback to me. He has flashes of potential, but if you have a potential to get Deshaun Watson at a cheap enough price tag,
it's not going to be cheap. It's going to be Baker. It's going to be 2 1s. It's going to be 2s.
Well,
it's going to be Kareem Hunt, whatever.
Trading Baker instead of having to trade a pick is like a gift.
You're going to have to trade more though,
but
Baker and picks.
But you'd probably trade less picks because Baker would be better than any of the quarterbacks they would get back from the Saints or from the Panthers. Correct? Would you take Baker over Darnold?
Yes.
Or whoever the Saints? I don't even know who they.
Taysom Hill.
Trevor Siemian.
I would definitely take
Taysom
Baker
Hill's
over
making Aaron Rodgers money, so he's not going anywhere.
What a great contract
got to just understand who he is, and maybe it's going to create a little tension. But maybe what it really should do is, if it doesn't work out, Baker Mayfield, light a fire under your ass, go there, get some work done. Stop being a fat looking fuck. Something about Baker just doesn't strike me as a quarterback. So
really
get in better shape. Yeah, just everything about that guy bothers me. The way he sounds, the way
great
he looks.
Commercials though.
Are they?
I think they're funny.
He's a better actor than he is a football player.
That's not.
Is anybody really like Baker Mayfield?
No, I hate Baker Mayfield.
I used to. I feel like Baker Mayfield turned into.
He belongs in the Jackson Mahomes club. Like,
no. Jackson Mahomes is a Hall of Famer as far as scumbag. We put Baker Mayfield all the way
How many people went to Baker Mayfield's birthday party?
Oh, here we go.
I guarantee you, not many.
Is this draft day?
Yes, I guess it is, Dina.
Not many people went to Baker's birthday party. But you know what? I don't think anyone's going to go to Deshaun Watson's birthday party either. So
I'll tell you what,
if we're being real about it, this is getting crazy. But yeah, Deshaun Watson, light years better than Baker Mayfield. He could be offended if he wants, but as an organization, I really can't care about that. The coaching staff could deal with Baker how they deal with him, but the front office, they don't need to talk to Baker.
Can I ask you a question? Who's the better quarterback? Baker Mayfield or Johnny Manziel?
Baker.
Yeah? Because they're on the same trajectory, to be honest with you.
Baker Mayfield is better because he wasn't doing like pills and Johnny Manziel fucked his whole shit up. I think Johnny Manziel had a lot more potential than Baker potentially had more potential.
Payne had a Baker t-shirt made for the draft that day. So he had a Baker Mayfield jersey made up.
That's embarrassing. Don't admit that to anybody. Bury that comment far
into the underbelly of man, which we'll get into in a second.
His next
I don't have it, so you're gonna have to fucking improv it again. But I do want to give credit where credit's due from the what are we gonna call this? We're gonna have to say some kind of newsroom of some variation. We had Rob do some research because I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about one of the local teams making some serious noise, and that's the JETS Jets. Okay. Those guys went out there and spent some money as well, and they spent it in the right places because I'm telling you right now. So
it sounds like Dave is trying to like give a pep talk to a preschooler. He's like, the Jets, they spent money and they did it in the right place. He's just trying to like build up the Jets as if they did anything fucking good. Come on, bro. They signed a white wideout, right? Re-signed. Granted, he's good at.
Anyway, so
great at special teams.
They signed Tomlinson, the guard.
Right? Like they have a white wide receiver.
So the Tomlinson, the guard from San Francisco. Here's the move that I know that the Jets have been searching high and low for a tight end, high and low, and they get CJ Azuma. I think that one's going to be good. I think it's a good deal for them. 3 years, $20-something million.
Azuma's a nice player.
Azuma's going to be good. They bring back the white receiver that you were referring to, Braxton Berrios, on a 2-year, $12 million deal.
2 white guys to catch the football.
So all right. So Tevin Coleman, a 1-year deal. So he's back. What else we got? LaMarcus Joyner. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not a bad pick.
But Tevin Coleman, like, come on, bro. Him and Robert Saleh have been.
The Jets have been
dating. The fuck is going on there?
The Jets are trying, man. Look, I think the Jets. You can obviously tune in.
They signed Tevin Coleman as the running backs coach.
Michael Carter.
No, I know, but Tevin Coleman, like, is he actually there to play, or is he gonna fucking coach?
He's just hanging out.
Come on, guys.
Oh my God! You're
gonna tell me they signed Ito Smith next and just bring in all the old Falcons running backs, all the old guys that played for the 49ers, Falcons, Shanahan's. Like, that's what the Jets are gonna do.
Do you know that a fantastic fantasy football name involving Ito Smith? But it was in an article on Blogging the Boys. Shout out to my boy Aiden Davis for this. It was like Zeke's gonna Zeke's gonna at the Ito. Oh, fuck.
It's much better when you actually see the real fantasy team name and you were there for it. I promise you guys. I'm bailing you out on this one, Dave. It's like when you're
God damn it! I couldn't do it.
The best of us.
Ito. Oh, he's not even. He's probably not watching. The fucking guy's. He's a college kid. Goes to Texas and he sleeps till 12 o'clock. Got it. Zeke is eating at the all-you-can-Ito buffet, or Ito Smith buffet. Something to that effect, dude. This is falling. This is falling from grace. It's falling.
What else we got on these bum-ass Jets here?
Scoop coming in. No, it's got to be your bowl. Wow. Here's the deal. If I want you, you have derailed. Shut up, Richard. All right. Anyway, so that's the Jets' moves, I guess. But we have to start talking real quick about the legendary reads that are our sponsors here at the show. And this show
just gave me major Jimmy vibes.
Is
That was so
dude, what the what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I just
By the way, you were like, we're
Crazy
about
show.
to do our great read, whatever the fuck you just said. Jimmy
his
vibes,
promo,
dude.
by the way, you approve that?
No.
You did though, because it was there and I watched it and I posted and I'm like,
Well, I will say this. That's
He's
on
like,
that's
absolute eyewear.
That's
And
on
I'm
the,
like,
that's
what?
on the. Wait,
Like,
first of all, you might have. There's like two promos. You might have posted the.
Oh God, bro.
Also,
Shit.
by that time, I'm on the back end of like a 3-hour fucking sesh. All right.
Wait a minute.
I'm ready to.
Did
go.
I post the wrong fucking
I
thing?
am ready to go at that point.
Oh,
I have no
man.
idea. I didn't fucking see what you posted yet because I was doing.
He talks about
I didn't
LeGrand.
do
He
them
talks
right.
about Carton.
Yeah, but he talked about them all in all of the promos. He just did a bunch of them because they kept.
All right, so the good one, does he say, see you later, kids?
I have no idea.
Come on, man. I need your
I don't
help
remember
with
what I
this
was going to
shit.
say 30 seconds ago. You want me to fucking remember what Jimmy said at the end of his promo? I got in trouble for yawning.
Chris Payne saying Barrios is our new Corbett. Oh, I mean,
Maybe he'll fumble for no reason just to like stop himself from falling. Does anybody remember that? Anybody remember the Wayne Corbett?
what are you talking about?
My lasting memory of Wayne Corbett is him getting hit low, right? And instead of like hitting the ground like this with the ball, he let go of the ball in midair and just fumbled so he could stop himself from hitting the ground. That's what I remember about Wayne Corbett.
But he was known for like going across the middle, like he was a juggernaut. Like,
look, Wayne Corbett is
Say
a
what?
trendsetter.
Big third down guy. It was third and Corbett.
Well, he was a little third down guy. He's not big at it. Let's be real here. He's like 5'8".
Oh my goodness. But anyway, this show, matter of fact, is being brought to you in part by Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Check them out right now. Worldwide shipping, free if you used, and 20% off rather. I mean, that's the biggest part about this whole thing.
I used mine this morning.
Did you?
Full disclosure.
Did you? I mean, I don't.
Actually, it was.
If you want to just show the world, I mean, if you want to.
No. It was part last night.
You get under the underbelly of man?
Yeah. I did.
20% off. Job Sports is the code to do that. We got the performance package that was sent to the office. We've been using it. Obviously, I used
together.
The lawnmower.
Not together.
I mean, look, they don't have to know anything. I mean, it's what goes down at this office stays in this office. It's like Vegas, baby. So anyway, so I use the as I'm demonstrating, I use the lawnmower. No, that's not a lawnmower.
Demonstrating? It looks like you might be demonstrating something else.
I'm just twisting something. I put the thingy up my nose. What's it called?
Off the rails. It's
What's
not
it
a
call?
Penis, guys. I
That's
promise.
the lawnmower.
No, the lawnmower is the
Weed
shape.
whacker.
The Weed
Weed
Whacker
whacker.
4.0. That thing is a beast. Took out all my nose hairs. I didn't have any ears hairs actually. I went in, tried it, and I was like, all right, it's not catching anything, so I'm not old yet. So the fact that you found ear hair means you're older than me.
Bro,
So,
I could probably pull one out right now.
That's disgusting. Dude, don't wipe it on the desk.
I didn't actually.
It's a brand new
pull one out.
desk.
Come on, bro.
By Cabinet Creations. But anyway,
I just told you that I used my fucking
yeah, I guess
lawnmower
so.
this morning.
As he's
I'm good.
sitting spread eagle on the chair right now, just with this.
That's how Cowboys fans watch games, right? You ever see that fucking meme?
I don't think it's fair that I have to do my read after you guys do this.
That's how Cowboys fans.
How Cowboys fans use the lawnmower 4.0.
as I stare into your eyes.
Looking like a male gymnast out here.
Chris James Dave. Chris James Dave with the LED light at the office.
Only on baby day. No, Ashley is going to assault me for that one. I take that back. I do not shave Dave on baby day.
Clean and smooth as a baby's bottom. Manscaped.com. 20% off. Free worldwide shipping anywhere on the planet Earth. Maybe even into outside space and Mars. I don't know. Whatever. It's free. It's shipping. It's great. It's manscaped.com. Help us out. Order, all you dudes out there watching the show right now. Take a look right now. Just do yourself a favor. Take a glance. Take a glance down. Say, you know what? We can use some maintenance. That's how you do it. Chop Sports, manscaped.com. Talking to you, Scoop. God, Jesus Christ. I don't want nothing to do with that. So anyway, with that being
said, I'm talking he looks like he converted to Islam.
Yeah.
The last
I'm going to come in here. He's going to be doing his podcast later. By the way, he's coming in with cousin Vinny to do the show, and he's going to be on the desk just like with a carpet over, like hala hala hala, like doing all that shit.
Oh my god!
Follow that there, Dina, with some Lilac Sage Boutique, girl.
So not fair.
That's not fair, but neither is life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Lilac and Sage Boutique is a veteran-owned LEO spouse-operated boutique based out of North Carolina. Their goal is to continue their service by providing affordable clothing to other hardworking women. They ship orders all over the world. Be sure to check them out at lilacsageboutique.com and join their mailing list so you don't miss out on any new arrivals. Use the promo code CHOP10 at checkout to receive 10% off your purchase.
There you go. Thank you very much, Dina. Lilacsageboutique.com. Women's clothing. Yes, us, the dudes that we are. Women's clothing. Speaking of dudes Gourmet. Go check those guys out. And please, you get it's 50. What was it? Free shipping after 50 with OSHIP as the promo code there. We're also partnering up with the Feel Good Factory. So that's also CBD products. We got all sorts of good stuff going on at Chop Sports. Did we put Steve up there? I don't even know if we did or not. There he is. SteveAspara.com. So if you ever take a gander, also you people on TikTok right now, after you get off TikTok, go on over to chopsportsmedia.com. We have all of our podcasts there. We have an entire podcast lineup. We have like 10 shows that we produce every week. Go check out all of those. But it wouldn't be possible without Steve Aspara and SteveAspara.com. New Jersey, New York web design services. The guy built a beast of a website. He edits it right on the fly, literally within 30 seconds. If I ask him, hey, man, this needs changing, or hey, man, can you update this? Boom, boom, boom. It's done. It is done.
Easy to work with. That's the best thing I could say about anybody is that when you are doing business with Steve, it's just very seamless.
Yeah.
And the work is crisp.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So Steve Aspara.
Check him out.
.com to inquire about all his services. So do we have anything else, or we're going home? No, I'm just kidding.
You could go and follow Content Chris.
The brand new content.
Are you gonna do are you gonna bring some stuff on the show from Content Chris?
The who?
It was a giveaway.
Yeah. YouTube. There is a giveaway going on right now. If you are not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, subscribe and comment done. We're getting flagged down. Well, she's I don't know what she's doing over there. I never know what she's doing. I'm kidding.
You put a wall in front of me.
This is true. I did put a massive TV right in front of your face. So anyway, this is distracting. This is super distracting.
Okay. I'll clarify. So you said that you were going to post funny stuff from your Instagram to the Content Chris thing, and we were talking last week about how you need to start sharing that stuff on a segment on the show.
Yes. So that's what I was asking. I am going to. It's just like I haven't said anything funny yet in the last 2 days, so I'm waiting.
Not a funny guy.
I'm waiting to be funny. No, go ahead.
So yeah, go follow him on Content Chris. The giveaway on YouTube right now. If you're brand new to the show or to the network or to the channel, subscribe right now on this video if you want. If you're watching it later, comment done that you subscribe today. We jumped 10 yesterday. We're giving away some Rutgers gear. We're heading into nationals, boys and girl. We are heading into the national tournament. Paz and Bullsack are going in, and they're going to take national titles. It's going to happen. I feel it. I'm willing it into existence. If you get on this and you comment done as a subscriber, you're going to get a chance to win one Paz victory hoodie or 2 t-shirts, one being a Paz t-shirt, one being a Team Paz t-shirt, and one being a Team Bullsack t-shirt. So that's the giveaway right now that we're doing. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Like this video, please, if you're seeing it for the first time. Share it. People on TikTok right now, if you're just seeing this, go subscribe to the podcast. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do that, and you're qualified for the giveaway.
You think we'll ever get that right? Stop saying podcast?
Well, no, because we did a podcast for like 6 months before we even did a show. You know what I mean? So I think it sticks with it. Still is a podcast.
It is.
The numbers are still good. People are still listening.
It is, but
my brother now that he's back at work can't chime in, so he just listens on his way home. So like people still listen to the podcast. So even yesterday's 2-hour plus show, people were consuming that. So it's great. It's great. New show by year's end, the Gooch Report. According to Mark, he wants to bring on a new show. He's pitching you as an anchor.
Rob pitched you a new show today.
He did. Rob did pitch me a new show.
Pitching me a new show. It's like
could be a thing. We'll see. I won't. Could be a thing. People steal that shit all the time.
Idea.
Oh, of course. Happens all the time. So anyway, some baseball to get to, because yesterday, as we left the show, there was a trade that got done. Kind of took everybody by surprise, considering the fact that the Braves were trying to get Freddie Freeman back onto their roster, according to what we read. But then the trade, out of order. Sorry. There's the trade. It is Matt Olson heading to Atlanta for Christian Christian
Page.
All right, cool. Christian P. Outfielder. Shea Langoliers. Right-handed pitcher Ryan Cusick, and of course, right-handed pitcher Joey Estes. So I don't know about this haul. I know I saw Toast yesterday in our group chat saying, like, I can't believe they gave up Christian P. I guess he's the better one.
Basically, the A's now they traded away what
it's a fire
makes
sale.
them a good team. So but this is what the way the A's have done business since Moneyball. Even
love that
before
movie.
That, right? So this is just simple. The A's do this all the time, but they did do it right. They got loaded in the Mets deal. They got 2 pitching prospects. One of them is their 4th best prospect overall, and the other one's the 6th. So they got 2 good arms in that deal, and they got. Christian P is no joke. This dude's no joke. He's supposed to be really, really good. I watched a lot of film on him yesterday because I hadn't really been up on baseball in the minor leagues, at least for the last 2 years. And it's definitely fun to get caught up on all these things, man.
It is, man. Baseball's back.
The A's in a couple of years, they're going to be doing the same thing that they always do. And they're going to just come up with a bunch of young players that nobody's ever heard of outside of the trade that you heard them in 3 years ago, because that's what happens. You see like the A's make a trade. In 3 years, all the guys that they got in these trades, they're going to be playing. And then in 5 years, they're going to be on the trade block. So they'll be traded back to whoever they get traded from.
But anyway, so Matt Olson. Now, what does this do for the Freddie Freeman sweepstakes? There's been news that's been dropping, and obviously I haven't been on my phone or anything like that within the last hour. But as of right now, there are multiple teams in on Freddie Freeman. Now that the Atlanta Braves have said, you know what, we're out. So they've found their replacement. They've literally swapped Matt Olson in Freddie Freeman's spot. And now Freeman's rumored to either go to the Dodgers. He's been linked to the Yankees. He's also now been linked to the Toronto Blue Jays. And now even more, and this one pissed me off this morning, the Red Sox are involved.
I think that
if he becomes a Red Sox.
There might be legs to the Blue Jays thing because Vlad went in and switched his Twitter handle and his Instagram to third base.
Yeah, what was that about?
Maybe because they might plan on bringing in Freddie Freeman to play first base. That's what I could be thinking that might be about when you're talking about Toronto being in on the mix. I don't think Boston's in. I think Boston being in is just a way to drive the price up. So either the Yankees or the Dodgers have to pay a little bit more money. And really what I think it actually does is I think nobody's going to outbid the Dodgers in this one. So
they got more money than God, apparently.
Nobody's going to outbid the Dodgers. The Yankees have a cap. So if the Red Sox and the Blue Jays enter the mix, it will ensure the fact that the Yankees will not land Freddie Freeman. But I will take Anthony Rizzo in a fucking heartbeat. Well, almost prefer him at the money.
Speaking of Yankees, there was a little bit of beef squashed yesterday, which, again, you said it wasn't going to happen. I said you told me that this guy Donaldson wasn't going to be on the team.
Well, no, I'm making a hopeful prediction. I'm not a Josh Donaldson fan. I will gladly eat my words if he fucking bats 300 or even his career average at this point. If he bats 270 and he hits 30 bombs, I'll eat my words. 36 in that lineup, and maybe it could happen. But do we really need another right-handed hitter that's in the wrong side of the wrong side of 35 at this point? He's about 8 years removed from his MVP year, right? He's not the same player, and he's a douchebag.
But do you need that? Do you need that in New York right now? Do you need some grit?
Yeah, like
or are we gonna go out there and every double?
We had somebody get pissed. We had Rougned Odor. That's grit. I don't want.
So then you lost grit and you got grit back.
This guy is like a dry snitch.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, naming a bunch of players.
Yeah, no, I get it. And nobody really likes what he did, and I think that's a shitty thing
I'll
to
eat
do.
My words, but he looks like a weenie when he shaved his beard too.
Wow. Well, because the Yankees have the dumbest rule in baseball right now.
Agreed.
Dumbest rule. And I don't want to hear about tradition. I don't want to hear about, they're just tattoos and no, stop, dude. It's baseball.
The best thing about this trade was getting a legitimate fielding shortstop.
I'm telling you right now, do not discredit the bicep Benny. I'm telling you, he's going to be good.
Like I said, if that materializes into
anything. You see the size of his arms? He's yoked.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's basically another Sanchez, but can actually catch. And, for the reports to come out that, like, people were, like, elated to see him go because, like, how bad he was at catcher. Like, that's crazy to me. I don't know. I feel
like the Yankees could have maybe gotten out in front of this and gotten Mitch Garver instead of Benny, because didn't he go to Texas? Mitch Garver went to Texas for the Hawaiian guy that we got. Isaiah Kiner Falefa was on Texas. They made a swap, Mitch Garver for him. Like, why couldn't we have just gotten Garver instead of the shortstop?
I don't know.
Anyway.
But it's Tuesday, March 15th, and I'm letting you know that there still are notable free agents on the market right now. Okay.
Watch Gary Sanchez grow his beard and hit 50 fucking bombs now.
I would not doubt that for a second. Not doubt it for a second. The Kraken has been released in Minnesota. So, yeah. So, anyway, notable free agents still on the market right now. Carlos Correa. Nobody really knows where he's going to go yet. There's been a market for him. The Cubs have pitched and lobbied for him, so we'll see. Chris Bryant, third baseman. Trevor Story still out there. Nick Castellanos, which is my new favorite player in baseball. He's an outfielder. Would love to see him in New York.
Who's the best center fielder out there right now?
Conforto?
Is he a center fielder?
I don't even know at this point. He's an outfielder. Yeah, Kyle Schwarber is out there still. Anthony Rizzo is the name that you brought up before, that might be the first day, opening day, starting first baseman for the Yankees if they get that done. They haven't got that done either.
Look, if they don't get a first baseman at all, I think that might also be on the table. I think that's potential. We saw Cashman.
I wonder if they actually made a
win with the roster we have right now. But right now, as it stands, they got a third baseman in Donaldson, a shortstop in IKF, we'll call him, right?
Yeah, sure. Is that his initials?
Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Yeah. Glaber at second.
Shout out to the dudes with multiple names.
Glaber at second.
Doesn't make any sense.
Glaber at second. And then LeMahieu at first.
This comes from ESPN.
Breaking news out of ESPN. Who? Falcons?
This comes from Schefter, too.
Damn. I don't think they heard everything that
So
Rob
the
said.
Falcons are now in the mix to acquire, and maybe the dark horse leader to acquire.
Who's he throwing the ball to?
Deshaun Watson.
There you go. That if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm making sure I got at least a little arsenal to throw the ball. So if I got Michael Thomas lining up, great. If I got all the guys at Carolina, DJ Moore and a couple of those guys, I'm great. If I go to Atlanta and I realize that Calvin Ridley was my number one and he gambled his way out of the fucking league,
there's at least something.
I mean, you going to go in there? Oh, I got a really good tight end. Here we go. Like, get out of here. Russell Gage. It is
a start.
They need to make moves. If Deshaun Watson wants to go to Atlanta, goddamn right, he needs weapons over there.
They got Cordero.
They don't have
Patterson
a running game. They have nothing.
Cordero Patterson.
They left. He's gone.
Is he gone? Where'd he
He's a free agent. Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody's throwing money at him after what he did.
Because it could have been a flash in the pan gadget thing.
No, he was. It was.
Right. So there you go.
No, it was for a fact. So Jacksonville, step right up. He's going to Cordero Patterson's going to get 18 mil per from Jacksonville.
Ibby's in the house, by the way. Kyle Pitts is better than who? Kyle Pitts is better than who? He's the best tight end on your team. Like what? Yeah, who is he better than?
He's better than
who do you ever beat? Huh?
Ridley?
That's not a comparison.
But it's not a different position. Point being is Kyle Pitts is there. They have a few receivers that he could throw to, but I think Deshaun Watson would go to Atlanta. I think he would.
I'm going to make my prediction.
New Orleans, Atlanta are the most likely spots, or Carolina. I think he wants to be in that region. I'm from South Carolina.
I'm gonna make a prediction. He's a Saint. I think he goes to the Saints. I've heard when you talk about a team that's ready now.
I think Carolina is going to be the one that make the most aggressive offer and offer him the most after.
Stimmy OG coming in a really good tight end is not bad. I understand that. And I know where you're going with it. I understand. But I think he winds up with the Saints. They got the most weapons down there. But, I heard rumblings that to get and acquire a guy like Deshaun Watson might take a Kamara. So then all of a sudden, if you go to that team.
Didn't Kamara almost murder somebody? Didn't he do something crazy? Oh, that was the Pro Bowl thing.
Oh yeah.
So he's got a
busted that
suspension.
So just do
too.
convict for convict. Easy
So
swap.
just go to Carolina. Nobody's got a suspension looming. They have a white running back that they're probably going to play 3 or 4 games for you.
Maybe if we're lucky, he plays 3 to 4 games. Fine. But look, there's multiple spots this guy can go. The fact that he's dictating this is kind of making me kind of sick. I don't like that at all. Like he's actually going to meetings like he's a free agent, which is nuts.
No, that's what. Maybe it does suck in terms of like.
I said nuts, not suck.
You want to look at I don't know. Either way, it's nuts. It sucks. You don't like it, is what I'm getting at, right? Like you don't like that he's able to dictate
because
that's just
how
his
is
contract.
That, what?
But
that's what I'm saying.
Trade clause,
he's not a free agent.
It's more like doing the team a favor. Like, all right, where do you want to go? Because we don't want to sit here and waste our time negotiating a deal to the Jets, and then we make the trade, and you're like, fuck that, I'm not going there. So
can the Texans just hold on to him?
Yeah, of course.
So why not?
I think that's
the fuck are the Texans doing then? Because if they know they have one of the best, people have ranked him in the top 5 in the league.
I mean, if you really want to be technical, he was going to hold out last year. Do you remember the offseason before all this stuff came out? He was saying like,
yeah, well now he doesn't have a pot to piss in, so he has to play.
This whole legal thing that going down actually got him $40 million because he would have sat out the whole season and got paid none. Right. So clearly he's willing to sit out a season. But
AJ Bascom fighting back, fighting words here. Pitts is not better than Ridley in any stretch of the word.
I mean, they're different positions.
I mean, right. You can't, why are you comparing
Kyle
the two?
Pitts has had the best rookie season out of any tight end ever. Am I wrong about that?
What? What'd you say?
Look at it. He set some records. Yeah, absolutely. Kyle Pitts, rookie tight ends don't play well in the NFL. Just traditionally, they don't. I don't even care. Even the good ones.
Kelsey didn't play well his first year? I don't remember. Gronk?
No, go look.
Aaron Hernandez, the murderer himself. Did he play good? I don't know.
Kyle Pitts becomes the second rookie tight end to eclipse 1,000 yards in NFL history. Breaks Julio Jones' franchise record.
Julio.
So he's the second rookie tight end in NFL history to eclipse 1,000 yards ever. So I mean, like, yeah, he's up. You know, to say that anybody is better than him right now, I'm not going to go ahead. First of all, Ridley, he's not playing.
Right, he's out for a year.
He's better than anybody, and he was like mentally unfit for this reason or that. And I'm not talking shit about him. Like he hasn't played in.
Correct.
Half a season.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard
next year. So Kyle Pitts is clearly better than Ridley now.
Hard to get behind a guy who's not going to be on the field.
I also have some beef with Ridley because I picked him to be the number 1 receiver in fantasy last year, and he wasn't. So made me look bad. What else we got?
My boy Greg just texted me. He's like, "Did you see the meme where it says Christian Kirk's agent deserves to be in the NFL Hall of Fame?" It definitely does, bro. Yes, I think. Rosenhaus represents 80% of the league. And by the way, I talked to Chris Payne yesterday about Drew Rosenhaus, and he's like, he looked up his net worth of like 127 million. I said, the fuck? That's like 3 contracts for him. He's worth $1 billion, this guy. Drew Rosenhaus has to be the richest dude in America, not named Donald Trump. Like, are you
Donald Trump's not even the richest guy in America.
Not anymore?
No, not for a
quite frankly.
Like Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Quite frankly, he might be.
Does he own fucking Amazon? Isn't Elon Musk here too?
Elon Musk.
Oh,
Bezos.
yeah, Musk.
Yeah.
Dude, I was just making
Mark
a fucking
Zuckerberg.
reference. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Like, you got to be that guy? Like, no, he's not.
Chris,
he's not. Like, stop.
Oh, shut up.
Fuck.
To answer your question, Chris, we don't have anything else, and it's 12:03.
Yeah, no, the time has come. The time has come. We got some stuff lined up today. So obviously, thank you guys.
You're not gonna come.
I'm gonna come. Thank you guys for watching today. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps us tremendously. Tomorrow I have no idea. We're actually going to recap another day of free agency because there's a lot of shit going down today on day 2. Actually,
we got to break down some
tomorrow.
Shit before
Happy New Year. It's official. The NFL new league year starts tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be tomorrow. We'll recap all the stuff that we've seen.
Come in tomorrow, bro.
Yeah,
we got to preview the tournament. That's Thursday.
Oh, there are actually 2 games today.
But look, we've agreed. At least I did in my own head before that I was doing the graphics.
I had a conversation with myself.
We're not going to treat these games, and I know that Rutgers fans may or may not, depending on which side of the fence you fall on with this. Like, I don't think they're in the tournament yet.
Timeout, Gooch. Timeout, Gooch. You can't say that, bro. You can't say that because you're on the team that playing game is the postseason in baseball.
No,
it's the same thing
because
bro.
It's a 64 team. Like they call it a 64, the field of 64. Like that's what it's always been. They had one playing game forever. They keep on expanding on it. Now, it is the postseason, right? But it's not the NCAA tournament. Like it's postseason play is even conference play. You know, so
technically postseason just means it's after the season. But they shouldn't treat it like it's a playoff game because it's not.
Wait.
This is round 1.
I hate that. See, I hate that. This is round 1 of the tournament. No, it's not. Not.
Like it's
and Scoop coming in. It's actually a field of 68. So that's
Scoop. Clearly, I know how to fucking count, bro. Like, I know that. Thank you.
But I mean, you said 64. That's why he's coming in.
But to me, when 1 through 16 is set across the board, that's the tournament to me.
Yes, I agree. Right? So when you're in the wild card round of the baseball,
so if you're trying
that's
to,
the tournament.
And I gave you an exact reason why. It's like the postseason. That's what it is, right?
So you're just going, you're Captain Literal Man this, and that is literally the postseason.
Since you had to get so offended at the fact that I didn't like it.
I'm not offended.
Like, bro,
you just like it.
Bro, you took a deep breath.
Oh, sign me up. Let's play the Red Sox.
You took a deep breath. You put everything that you were holding down, which is like, I think, one thing, right? You were like, don't do this. And I thought you were about to talk about like top athletes. I was like, dude, they don't play basketball. Calm down. And you know, I had Mr. Ruckers yesterday on his podcast.
Scoop 64 plus 4 equals 68, Gooch. So there's a math lesson happening in the comments right now. Also, if you subtract 4 out of 68, it makes 64. So there is a lesson to be learned here, ladies and gentlemen.
Math.
Go to school. That was, we knew that.
Well, now it's official.
Oh, he officially retired. Like he obviously said, like, I'm not retiring, or I'm retiring after this season. Goes out on top. Love Big Wit. Not Jason Witten, but Andrew Whitworth. Anyway, let's get out of here. For Sturch and Gooch and whatever the fuck we're calling Rob at this point. And Dina, thank you for producing. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video, subscribe, all that good shit. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
I hope you guys enjoy the Scarlet Pub when you watch Rutgers try to make the tournament.
First of all,